Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro, because I'm playing every video game in order of release. Thanks for joining me tonight. Let's see where we left off. Looks like we left off on a game called Commotion. So let's go back in time. We're in 1976, still in the arcades, where everything begins with Commotion. Let's check out Commotion and see what's up. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Okay, so let's start off with images of Commotion. Looks like this is by Gremlin, one of the big people that was making arcade games back then. Commotion, I don't know what this is actually. Designed for player appeal, a screen that's alive with bright, fast-moving action. Maybe they don't know what it means either. Looks like it's for 4 people, 2 different cabinets. Both are cocktail versions, which means they put cups and stuff on the top of them. Mostly they put these in bars. But we can have 4 people around the outside, and looks like a tall or short version for the cabinet. There's an example of what the arcade cabinet looked like. The screen was face down, flat at the bottom, and looks like all we do is move a joystick for controls. I have to go through artwork because this is my first time playing these games too, and I do not know how to play them. So I got to get an idea or gist of what it is or how it works. But it looks like this one just controls with the joystick. Up, down, left, and right. And there's a picture of the game. Let's see if the manual helps us out with anything else. So this is the arcade manual or owner and operator manual for Commotion. Manufactured by Gremlin. Yeah, so this is the manual you'd get if you had the arcade cabinet. Operating manual, service instructions. Let's see if they tell us how to play. Most of the manuals just tell you how to set up and build the arcade system. Looks like, oh yeah, this is 1976. The introduction is showing you just details of what the computer circuitry is doing because no one's heard of this stuff before. Arcades existed before with pinball, but this is the first time it's existed with video games. All right, so let's see if we got anything else from there. I don't think they're going to give... Yeah, this is not going to give us anything else. But what I can tell from the game is this is one of the first, if not the first, example of what we now call snake games, where a single point is going to continue to get longer and longer. And actually, wait, this looks more like a light cycle game, but it just means that one point's going to go longer and longer until you get to the end of it. All right, so we'll take a look at Commotion. Let's see if it runs. So we're in October 1976. This is Commotion in the arcade by Gremlin, playing every video game in order of release. So it did boot up. Yes, the game is nothing but black and white. That's the only thing the microprocessor is working with, and it looks like it's 25 cents for 2 people. So let's put a coin in, see what happens, and then push start. And it looks like I am the arrow at the top, and I'm just moving around left and right. Oh, you can see you have to have 2 people. The second player is at the bottom, but since no one's playing as the second player, it's just going to keep going up until it crashes. But yeah, moving left, moving down, moving left, and it continues to make the brick wall all the way around until you're the last person standing. Much more enjoyable with more people, especially if you had 4 people, because you're going to fill the screen up faster, and you're trying to be the last one alive. And I won! Yay! Okay, so that's pretty much it for Commotion. We got the gist of it. We got the gist. All right, let's go ahead and exit out of that. And since this game is the first time we've seen this and something that's going to be copied quite a bit, we're going to rate this above average at a 3.5 star rating. 3 is the average, so this is just slightly above that with 3.5. Very good for 1976. Okay, moving on with Amazing Maze. So still in 1976, this is... looks just like a maze game. I wonder if they started to think of ideas and said, let's just do all the things that kids do normally on their own and put it in a video game. So just drawing a maze and playing with the maze. I guess that works. Let's check out some of the artwork for The Amazing Maze. So this is by Midway. Very proficient, very great arcade maker back in the day. This is a 1 or 2 player game, and you can be challenged by the computer. So that's what makes this unique. The majority of the games we've been playing so far, from 1976 and earlier, there was no artificial intelligence. You couldn't play with a computer. You had to have someone else. Even the first Pong, the 2 paddles were moving because someone was playing with you. they didn't program the paddles to play against you. So this one looks like it does play against you. So there's an example of the arcade cabinet for the Amazing Maze. And there's the control panel. Looks like controls are just moving the joystick around. And that's it. Yep, that's all you need to know for controls. And this is another game that's going to be nothing but black and white. Because we're all the way back in 1976. Just keep that in mind. All right, let's check out the Amazing Maze. This is October 1976. The Amazing Maze in the arcade from Midway. Oh, great. And they gave us this fantastic artwork. So this is all the artwork that the arcade cabinet would have had. Let's see if we get any different views for it. Going to... Okay, so they just have the color overlay. The game is not being programmed in color. It's being programmed in black and white. And they just put a color overlay of green or whatever they want to make it look different. Okay, so we're going to keep this one. Looks really good. All right, so let's see what happens when we put one coin in. Oh, it's telling us in the attract mode. Single player, two player, you put a coin in. We're going to do single player. So I'll play against a computer. But, oh, so it's just giving examples of what it is. So let's put one quarter in. Ba-ching. Oh, wait. And then we push start. So single player, you play 3 mazes play as long as you win. So looks like I'm the square on the right side. And I'm trying to get to the other side. Where that, okay, so it is being controlled by a computer. The diamond on the left side is being controlled, and I'm just moving the square on the side. I don't think, it's a more complicated maze than I thought. And love the sound effects. Wow, so cool. Oh, so I can pass through. Can I go back? Okay, so maybe I can catch up, because I got a faster speed than the other guy. Come on. There we go. So it looks like I play 3 games. If I continue to win, I just can keep playing. All right. Well, I think we got the gist. It's a maze game, but it will influence other maze games later. For example, Pac-Man. But we'll pretend we don't know about Pac-Man. It's 1976. All right. So that's enough for Amazing Maze. Let's move on to the next game. It looks like it's Blockade from 1976, which looks exactly like Commotion. So is this just another name for Commotion? Let's see. They came out the same year. Yeah, by Gremlin. Okay, so it's just another name for Commotion. The Money Magnet, Blockade. There's an example of the arcade cabinet and a terrible picture of the control panel. Yep, same controls. We played Commotion. We're a master. All right, so here's the owner's manual for Blockade. Let's see if it has any information about... Maybe the introduction has it? No, looks like it's the same as before. Yeah, so no information from the owner's manual. Let's go and check out Blockade. This is October 1976. Blockade in the arcades from Gremlin. All right, so completely black and white. Same thing we've seen before. Let's put a coin in and see what happens. Oh, and I just already crashed. If you push into yourself, then it won't work. So yeah, let's try it again. So it looks like I'm the one on the far right. I'm going up, I'm going left, I'm going up. And then, just like in Commotion, the other player is just going to go down because no one's playing on that side. You have to have 2 people. They did not program any smart computers. So I'm going up, right, down. Let's see if I just lose. Crash into the side. But same idea. So let's go ahead and quit out of this one. Since we've seen this before, it's the same one. We'll give it the same 3.5 stars. I actually am not sure which one came out first. But we'll give it to Gremlin. A great idea, and this will be copied later on. All right, so moving on to Lazer Command. Lazer Command is another game in the arcade. I have no idea what this game is. It actually looks like a circuit board we're playing for the game. So let's check it out. Starting with some of the images. Here's the advertisement flyer for Lazer Command. This is by Meadows. Great advertisement. 23-inch monitor, color with overlay. So is the game being programmed in color or the overlay in color? I don't know. It's got futuristic sound effects. I'm sure it is. Specifically designed controls. That's what every arcade game has, specifically designed controls. So it looks like we got up, down, left, and right. We got a fire button, and we have an enter and exit the tank. We can exit the tank? All right, yeah, so there's an example. It's running black and white. At least the microprocessor is running the game in black and white. All right, let's see if the manual helps us out. Lazer Command, a game of skill and strategy, is a game that depicts a futuristic battle between two groups of nuclear-powered ladder tanks. The object of the game is to blow up all 15 enemy tanks while trying to evade being hit by opponents shooting lasers. The two opposing tanks are separated by either novice maze or a complex expert maze. Only one of each player's tank can move or shoot its laser at a time, and this tank must be occupied by its respective driver. Wait a second, we're going to be able to exit the tank? So we've seen tank before, and there's another tank variation we've seen in the arcade before this, which is essentially you move the tank around and then you shoot the other person. But no way, I want to see us leave the tank. We got to be a blip if we leave the tank. And you can move, the driver can be moved from tank to tank. What? I got to see this. Looks like this is the... Okay, so the rest of it is just about how to set up and unpack and build the arcade cabinet. So we can skip that. We're not building arcade cabinets today. All right, let's take a look at Lazer Command. So we're still in October 1976. This is Lazer Command of the arcade, playing every video game in order of release. And it runs. At least the first screen does. Nothing is happening. There's no attract mode. So maybe that's why no one's heard of this game. Have you heard of Lazer Command? I've never heard of this one. All right, so let's put a coin in. Pa-ching! Still nothing. Oh, I saw a little something at the top, so I'll push start. Oh, okay, so the game is on. Looks like we got a time limit in the top left corner. And there we go. There's our realistic sounds. Can everybody hear that? Wow. So realistic. Sounds just like a tank. So I'm this tank on the left side, and it looks like I have... Oh, okay, I got my laser. There's my laser button. And realistic laser sounds, too. Now, what I want to know is, how do I leave the tank? So here, oh my gosh. There I am. I'm a blip. I'm a white blip. But I left the tank. And it said I can get another tank? Let's see. Okay, maybe, oh, I bet I can't get in the black ones. The black ones on their side. Oh, there, I did it. I can get in any white tank I want. Can I crash them? No, I can't. Can you crash into the walls? No. What about going to kill somebody else? Can I blow up their tanks? Oh, yes. So the white tank can blow up all the black ones, and if I kill the player, what happens? Oh, wait, the player's still alive? So there's no artificial intelligence. I'm not playing a computer, or I have to have another person to play with me. But it seems like they're still alive. If I blow up the tank, they still continue on? I'm not sure. But... this is awesome. This is 1976. We haven't seen anything like this. All right, so we got the gist. Most of the games in this time period, we're going to play them for a few seconds, and then we got it. All right, so this is above average. This is definitely 4 stars. So we got probably the best arcade game we've played so far. 4 stars for Lazer Command. Great game. Okay, so let's move on next to Night Driver. Still in 1976. In the arcades, let's see some of the images for Night Driver. Here's the arcade cabinet. It looks really sharp. Oh, because it's Atari. Atari does the best ones. If you look on the left side, it says players can push button select novice, pro, or expert tracks. What? Does that mean there's buttons for novice, pro, and expert? Optional switch adjustable to different set of 3. What, Atari? Speak English. That doesn't make any sense. Operator adjustable game time. Okay, that kind of makes sense, but I know these are advertising to the arcade owners, not to you and me who are playing the arcades, but I don't think it makes sense. All right, so back of the advertisement flyer, let's see what it says. Okay, there's the button. They're showing the expert track, pro track, novice track. So the last time we played a driving game like this, it only had 1 track. So this one has 3. Ooh, Wave of the Future. Okay, so there's an example of the arcade cabinet. We use a pedal to drive. We got the wheel to steer. Loving the neon, though. That look is awesome. I wonder if they actually lit up with black lights in the arcade. Okay, there's a close-up. It looks like a sit-down cabinet where you get to recline back, and you have a gear shifter, too. Oh, there we go. So all the buttons are, we have the gas, we got the different tracks, and then we got first gear, second. So we got all the gears, too. All right, so Night Driver. Let's see if the manual helps us out. This is the operation service manual for the arcade system of Night Driver. Let's see here. And every now and then I'm checking on my left because these games I've never played before, and I have to look up instructions sometimes. because this is every game, and with going through arcade and home computers and consoles, all the different platforms, and just to jump back and forth can get a little tricky. All right, so here you go. We want the summary of gameplay. Let's see. So they always go with the physical description of the game, and this is the actual look of the arcade cabinet. All this is brand new. The idea of a stand-up cabinet or a sit-down cabinet. The pinball cabinets were familiar, but the manuals are going to always have a physical description of what the arcade cabinet looks like. It's interesting, but a little boring because we already know. We're familiar with what it is. So let's get to gameplay. The player's objective is keep the car within the pylon boundaries of the track and go as fast as possible. After the proper coins have been inserted in the coin mechanism, the coin mechanism? The coin mechanism. The choice of which track to be played should be made. The difficulty factor of the tracks is determined by the track select rocker switch. So the pro track's more difficult than... Okay, so they're just saying the 3 different tracks have different levels. Once you determine the track, the game begins, and you have a timer, left-hand steering wheel, 4-speed gear shifter, acceleration as a real car. Okay, I think we got it. All right, let's take a look at Night Driver. So we are October 1976. This is Atari in the arcade. There we go. So the game runs. That's always a plus. All right, so this is the attract mode. It's no sound, which is interesting. Most of the track modes, at least what I'm used to, want to light you up and be as loud as possible to get people over to play. But let's go to put a coin in. Ba-ching! Didn't get any confirmation, so let's see what we got for controls. Looks like there's the different tracks and then the different gears. So if I want to go higher gear, I got to use the keyboard. Okay. So I want to start with the novice track. So if I push that, what happens? All right, here we go. So I'm at the novice track, I hope. Let's drive. Oh, okay, there's my accelerator. Oh man, I'm already steering out of control. All right, so I'm here. Let's go to the next gear. Faster. I'm only going 35, people. I want to go faster. There, second gear. Okay, well, I'm going 60. Speeding up. Can we go up? Higher? Oh yeah, 70, 80. Oh man, I thought I hit the pylons there. Okay, yeah, it's getting faster. Now I'm going 100. Let's see if we can crank it up. I don't know if I can do it with that messing up after shifting. Yeah, it's going so fast right now. At least from what we've seen. Ah! Anybody that has issues with flashing lights, please close one eye. I don't want anyone getting hurt while we play the video games. All right, let's see. We're way too low. Let's lower our gear here. All right, so looks like the score is the speed. Yeah, so it's showing only the speed that was left on the score. Okay, by the way, this game is only being programmed for the pylons or the white lights and the score at the top. That car down on the bottom, that is what the arcade cabinet had to make you think you're in the car. All right, looks good. That was Night Driver. Love it. All right, so that one is, we've seen a first-person driving game before, so it's around average, but it's slightly above, so we're going to give it 3.5 stars. Looking good, Night Driver, looking good.